Yeah, sure. I'm James Duncan. I'm a ecosystem and business lead at Abridged, Abridged Inc. We started in March, about 4 or 5 months ago. James Young is our CTO, and he's kind of the visionary who's been driving this product, and his focus has been the last year and a half on user adoption and what it takes to really seamlessly onboard users into the blockchain ecosystem by abstracting as much as you can from that onboarding experience. And so he and Eric Chung kind of got together and started building a product around the toolkit that James has been developing to most effectively do this, and brought me on just 4 months ago to kind of fill out the team and keep pushing the project forward. Today, the standard has been for the blockchain ecosystem, and for Ethereum specifically, whenever you're building and creating a dApp, the standard has been to download a private key or a seed phrase, and that's usually using MetaMask. Today, we think that limits user adoption, and it's been shown that there's 99% drop-off for app users whenever they have to do such a thing. So instead of doing that, our toolkit allows you to put a smart contract wallet into the application and provide an intuitive onboarding flow for the user. Instead of having to learn about what a private key is and how to manage their funds, they're able to actually interact with the wallet and the application in a way that makes sense to them. That's more similar to like a Facebook or any Web 2 app today. The idea behind Abridged is really to give the developer the building blocks to decide on what kind of design decisions they want to make around the fund management. And so it does allow for things like a whitelisted number of private keys that are able to sign and send for the contract where the funds are managed. That means that you're able to build social recovery mechanisms. You can also build things like fund withdrawal limits and different features like that if you want to make more advanced like functions around the contract. So really what we're doing is we're allowing for the developers to make the design choices around the security model for their account contract that they're building for their dApp. You know, hardware wallets are probably better for your savings account kind of thing, but for the contract wallets that I'm thinking about, you could make that your savings account and develop some robust features around it. It would look more like a Gnosis safe or something, but I think for the designs that we're implementing at first, it looks more like a wallet that you could like build up to that Gnosis safe, or it could be more like a smaller wallet where you're interacting with like a bit of fund, like $40 or something. And then after you hit a certain threshold, you could add another feature like a 2FA or some sort of withdrawal limit that makes it safer. But as far as like whether it's more safe than a hardware wallet, to some extent you could argue that it's more safe in that you aren't going to lose your private key because you'll be able to recover it. So I think it depends on the user and on the funds that are contained within the wallet, whether or not to make that decision which is the safest option. Collaborating with Pillar has been giving us a ton of really great initial user feedback. Our tool is really made for devs, and having those initial users is really critical for us. And so integrating with Pillar has been a really great experience. We really like working with the team. And then as it grows and continues to grow, it'll be really good to continue those feedback cycles and iterations and continue that information loop with your all's team to kind of understand what features make most sense and how to implement them in the best design possible for the end user. There's a lot of directions. We have a number of applications that are coming out this month and next month, and getting that initial sort of end user feedback will be really important for us. As far as what we are developing internally, we're continuing to push out more documentation, make our dev kit easier to use, and then we're also building out our data analysis platform for layer 2 transactions and for the applications that are within the ecosystem to allow for product developers to get more feedback loops on their design decisions and to better understand how to iterate and what's being effective in their project flow. My opinion is that Contract wallets will keep becoming a more relevant topic. They will keep being adopted by applications, and then that will open up the door for also scalability solutions, layer 2 solutions to be more widely used. And ideally by the next Berlin Blockchain Week, we'll be talking about the first dApp with 100,000 users.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
That's what